Hello and welcome back. Design number 13. Simple but kinda intricate how we will carry that yarn without exposing. So I want to show you today how to make this nice design without carry contrasting color yarn around. We start in any corner you wish. I usually start in the northeast corner and go up. So I want to be sure that how I carry my yarn will be the simplest for the design. I will start with the contrasting color yarn, which will be the gray color, and you will make 2 clusters. After 2 clusters, you will change yarn color to the other contrasting color yarn or main color yarn you want to call it, and you make also only 2 clusters. And that will be your first round with 4 clusters, but 2 next to each other with the same color yarn. If you need instruction how to make 1 color yarn, there will be link in the description, and you can just practice with 1 color before creating different color designs. Okay, so we have 2 and 2. Now we want to be sure that we close this round with original color yarn. That's important. And that's it. This is our first round. Now let me clean this a little bit. These yarn tail are connected and I can just cut them off. Okay, so the simplicity about this design is that we will be repeating the same thing, but we will not be carrying yarn around the way we normally do with designs. For now, I left the purple yarn and I'm working 4 clusters with the gray color yarn. With each round, the number of clusters you make in 1 color will double. And we are at the point when I need to change my yarn color. So I do not want to bring that yarn diagonally like that. No, because that will give me exposure. So what I will do, I will measure how much yarn do I need to carry around my purple side. Then I will start my work. Now I will leave my gray color yarn and I work all my stitches on the purple side, making my stitches around that carry over yarn. With this design, the yarn that we carry go backwards, not forward, like with any other design we made so far. Make sure that you have enough yarn so it does not pull your square. You want the square to be flexible. And when working the last cluster, you leave that yarn alone. You will not work your stitches around. So it's very important that you have enough yarn to work almost every cluster with the exception of the last one. And again, I do not want to go diagonally. I just go around and making sure I have enough yarn to work those stitches. Double check. It's always better to have a little bit more than less. Now we're leaving purple yarn and working only our gray stitches here. Also, I forgot to mention, you always change your yarn color before your last 2 chains. So when you're closing your round, you want to change color before you're making the last chain 2 and slip stitch. Now we will work around gray color yarn. And again, I work exactly the same way like I will be carrying any other color yarn. But because it's the same color yarn, the transition is less visible on the wrong side. And again, I'm working just around that carry over yarn until I get to the last cluster. So this is my last cluster with working around that yarn. And the last cluster in the corner, I just do normally without pulling that yarn more up. And make sure that your square is flexible. Check your yarn tension often And again, the more round you make, the harder will become because you will need more yarn to carry. So it's important that you kind of give yourself time to learn this with the smaller square first until you move to much larger squares. But it is possible that you can actually make one square blanket without cutting yarn and hiding tails working this way. I always try to find a way to not cut the yarn with designs, and not only because I don't like to hide those ends, but also if I do not like the design and I want to remove all the stitches, I'm actually saving the yarn for the different project or making different design. So it's very important. Again, now we are changing yarn, but before we making last 2 stitches. As you see, I'm making longer and longer yarn transition because I really want to be sure I have enough yarn to go around. And again, we are going under, making our chain 3, and we working stitches, double check, yes. You want to have enough yarn when you stretch your square that will be, square. You don't want this yarn to pull to any different shape. And as always, thank you for crocheting with me. Let me know if you have any problems creating the squares. I will be happy to help you. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to this cautiously cute little family. We are creating also handmade art. As I mentioned, you can work this square as large as you wish. I want to change to border after 4th round, and this is my 4th round. So this will be the last design round. And of course, you do not need to make a border. You can just leave as is. And when you connect those squares together, they will look beautifully. And that's how you make sure that you have enough yarn, just like that. It's amazing how the yarn is kind of shrinking when you're working those stitches around. But that's really what you need. Yes, perfect. We are almost done here. So please let me know that you enjoyed this project. It was something new you tried or was challenging. I would love to hear from you. Any comments I received give me actually inspiration for the new projects and kind of assuring me that this kind of contest is needed because there are people who would like to learn new things. And look at that, our square look amazing, like a square, and we do not see all those changes when we carry contrasting color yarn around each round. So I think this way is just the best way to make this kind of design. But if you actually try this design making different way, let me know too. I would like to learn this as well. And just a reminder, the last stitch in the corner, you are not working around the yarn, you just work your regular corner stitches. Remember in the beginning I said I will start with the contrasting color yarn. This is why, because I will end the square with main color yarn. I will make that border in purple and I do not need to carry that yarn. And let me show you, if you do not make border and you connect your squares, the design will create beautiful diagonal rows in your blanket. It's a very pretty design. And you can use this design for anything. It does not need to be just blanket. You can make sweaters or scarves or anything you can think of, like pillowcases or table runners. Really, the possibilities are just endless here. So let me show you the second design that you can create using the same stitch. We created diagonal lines. If you connect them together without any border, you can actually make half a border of each color and the design will look completely different, and you can use that as well. And this is how the design will look like when you make a half a border. And again, you can just arrange any way you wish, make a symmetrical or not, make the same color or different, it does not matter, it's just beautiful itself. And you can make, as I did in original design, just the same border around. So it truly is amazing how many different designs you can just create with this one design. So thank you for crocheting with me today. I would love to know which of those 3 designs was your favorite, and which one did you make, and which one did you use, and what project did you use for. Look at this, we have only 2 yarn tails to hide. Amazing. I truly hope you enjoyed this project and you visit me for the next one. Have a wonderful day now and happy crafting.